Rory Conacher. Is he your savior or is he a scammer? I watched a 15-minute video this morning where he proclaimed to everyone that he's going to be responsible for doing a class action lawsuit against the one and only Sam Lee, well, who I call Scam Lee, actually. And what he wanted from people, he just wanted a show of hands. He just wants to know how many of you guys are willing to pay $15 each. He's after 10,000 people, $150,000, and then he's going to go after the notorious Scam Lee. And he's going to try to get some questions answered. But in this video, when I watched it, I thought, oh my goodness, he's sort of on the fence. He doesn't really want to ditch his mate Sam Lee. And he sort of wants to encourage people to invest $15, and he said that they would get some reward if they did so as well. And then at the same time, he gave people advice, financial advice, but he might be a financial advisor, I'm not sure. We'll do a bit of research on that in a minute. So he wants to encourage people to put $1 into Sam Lee's new project because they've got nothing to lose except $1. And then in the meantime, he was going to sue Sam Lee because Sam won't tell him the facts. And what he's trying to do for his community is get their money back. Now, I put this on our Telegram group, or on a Telegram group, not my one. And one of his mates come back and said that Rory is a good guy. He knows him personally, and he lost 2.8 million. I must get my facts right because that's what the guy said I'm not very good at doing. He lost 2.8 million. He had 40 people working for him at the height of Hyperfund when it was at its peak. Now, Hyperfund is a known Ponzi scheme where people lost millions of dollars. But Rory is a good guy, and he lost $2.8 million for running or promoting a Ponzi scheme. So I should not be so hard on him. Well, that's not going to happen. This is, I did a search on the internet about Rory, and I just put his name into the internet, and I found some photos about him. I've actually gone through his Facebook page, looked at his family and things like that. And to be honest, I quite like him. The reason I quite like him is he's South African and I'm a Kiwi. And we play rugby together. Anytime that the All Blacks play the South Africans, it's a real fisticuff. And they get stuck into each other. And we go way back when they had the Springbok tours and the like. And I won't bore you if you're on the other side of the world watching my video. And if you are watching my video, make sure you do subscribe, hit the bell, be notified when you'll be notified when new videos come out. I bust Ponzi schemes and scams. And I'll introduce myself in a few minutes. But at the moment, let's not lose focus on Rory, because that's who this video is about. So when I searched for him, I found out that he actually seems like quite a nice guy. He's a family guy. And when he's on video, he does come across as quite genuine. But that is the telltale signs of someone who's a multi-level marketer who's trying to entice people to trust them and to invest money into these Ponzi schemes where they get the commission. Because this is the biggest part of the scam. It doesn't matter if the Sam Lees or the Chavezes of the world paint a beautiful picture of a Ponzi scheme and an ideal philosophy of how it's all going to pan out, because the real scammers are the multi-level marketers that actually are taking your money in real time. As soon as your money lands on these platforms, they take out their commission check and they run away with it and you don't see it again. Hence why Rory, if his friend is correct in what he says, had 40 staff and lost $2.8 million to Hyperfund, which is one of the biggest scams in the world. And I believe that Rory is actually part of the leadership team, and it's quite interesting. So let me just go through what I found about Rory just by doing a bit of searching on the internet. And by all means, you do the same. I found a few photos. I've seen him involved in carrot bars, or K-bars as they call it. And I found a history of him going back to 2019. I also found that he's been featured in BehindMLM. And that was when they did the transition from Hyperverse to Hypernation. And he was doing a presentation about how you could buy a $100,000 NFT to be a node on Hypernation. And in here, a guy I know by the name of Oz publishes really good information about the history of Hyperverse and every Ponzi scheme known to man. My second favorite influencer, if you want to call him that, my favorite is actually CoffeeZilla. All right, so in there, I found that he'd also done a video about his company, and it does seem like he could actually be a financial advisor. Who knows? But anyway, I did see that he did a YouTube video, and he was encouraging people to invest in his auto assist business. So I did a search on auto assist, and I found a website that looks like a WordPress website. And I always like to have a wee play just to make sure they are a WordPress website. If you're never in doubt, you just go WP-admin, and let's see if it is. Is it a WordPress website? It's yes, and there it is, another WordPress website. Now that's quite interesting because a lot of scammers use WordPress website. I'm not saying that he's setting up scam websites with WordPress, but I am saying it's unusual that his website and what he actually really does for work seems like he's a financial advisor refinancing people who are financing themselves into a vehicle. And I went down here and I've obviously found his, his website in the About Us page. This does seem like his daytime job, which was quite exciting. And there he is down there as the founder and CEO of the company that I just showed you. So I did some more searches, and I found some nice images of a young lady standing beside a car who's delightedly happy. I'm sure that's all royalty-free images. And then you've got the happy couple moving in their furniture, and obviously that's all part of it. And then I found the cardboard box photo where the little girl, is it a girl? I think it is. I haven't got kids. I don't know the difference sometimes. I've got a puppy. Anyway, so there's the cardboard box photo. Lovely. And also, I've gone and started collecting as much information about Rory as I can. I found his Facebook page, his Twitter, his YouTube, and also obviously his auto assist. I found where his location is, and I found out he's also got a company called Rocket Financial Services, and he's the director of that. But I also found he'd been associated with quite a few other companies. So he's obviously a businessman, and I don't know whether promoting Ponzi schemes and scams is a side hustle. When I looked at his LinkedIn profile, his YouTube, no, let's start that again. Facebook, there we go, got it. Don't drink wine and record YouTube videos. Got to make sure to get the red stuff. There you go, looking good again. Anyway, I found photos of him living a normal life. To be honest, I think Roy is a nice guy. He's South African. I won't hold that against him, but I'm not sure how good he is at playing rugby, but I did find when I went and looked at some of the screenshots, some of the people that he's been hanging out with is quite breathtaking. So, for example, K-Bars was massive. It was a opportunity which was a Ponzi scheme. They claimed that they had a gold-backed currency, and you can see here that he's actually been hanging out with some of the biggest scammers in the world. And also, I've actually got photos, which I forgot to get ready before I did this. I'm just wondering if I can actually do that. So just entertain yourselves for a second there, people. I want to show you some of the photos of some of the people that he's hung out with in the past. If I can bring them up. Oh, it's going to be a painful process. It's not going to work the way I was hoped. I can kind of bring them up, but not really. No, so let's just forget about that. But I have got photos of him. If we go back to the background photos, you'll see a photo there with Keith Williams. And I've also got photos of him with Kalpesh Patel. And basically what I'm telling you that is Kalpesh Patel is one of the biggest scammers in the world, lives on the 56th floor of some building in Dubai overlooking the Majestic. Keith Williams, unfortunately, he has stage 4 cancer. I didn't think that was real. I thought it was an exit strategy. And I busted him in his £3 million mansion in the UK doing a 60th birthday bash, which happened to be his farewell to a lot of his friends and family. So Karma does catch up with some of these people sometimes. All right, so I actually have got a chat room going. You'll see my other camera here. I broadcast my recordings live on the internet under my live section, and it gives me some company because I get really lonely. But let's carry on. So yes, so as I said, I've gone through his Facebook, found out he's quite a normal fella, but I can see that he's been in bed with multi-level marketing since 2019. The video that I'm about to do a talk over on was actually broadcasted out on his YouTube channel, but it was a unlisted video. And it was quite interesting because when I went back to the profile that I've been building on Rory, he did this video called, it's a South African name for something, and it's been removed, which I thought was quite ironic. So when I went to my video, I actually have got him doing a voiceover. Sorry, I'm doing a voiceover on the video he did that he has now since removed. And I'm just going to play that so you sort of get an idea of the type of guy that we're dealing with. So I'll just see if I can get that playing. Play, Danny. Anytime now. So let's have a listen to the opportunity that was available. Rory was telling everyone not to miss out.
Hi, everybody. So just if you missed it, for 24 hours only, 50% off package 1, package 2, package 3, package 4. Star package 1, 2, 3, 4. 50% off starting an hour ago. You got 23 hours left. What's taking place right now, there's an urgent strategy call for those people that actually want to grow their business. Tammy has just sent a message. It's happening right.
There's Tammy. She used to be in Hyperverse every meeting. She used to be pushing it down people's throat. They lost about $4 billion. And it's just funny that she's now promoting another Ponzi scheme. And there she is looking all dolled up. She's managed to do it here. That's lovely. Now, who doesn't want to grow their business and who doesn't want to earn a bit of extra money? Yep. And that's why Rory's trying to get you into the platform.
Now, Sam is going to jump on that call and give you the strategy to make the most of it. It's up to you. Do you want to grow your business? Do you want to make a change in your life? Do you want to make some cash? Let's get going.
Of course I don't. No, I don't want to do that.
See you there.
Okay, so here's Rory with Kalpesh Patel in Dubai. Here they are chilling out in his apartment on the 56th floor of some building. And there's our good old mate, yes, Keith Williams, who's claimed that he's got stage 4 cancer. And I found that he was going to be on a Hyper Nation video in December 2023 and never turned up. Don't know what happened there, Keith, but I rest assure he has not got stage 4 cancer. Well, I was wrong with that. And that was quite interesting because one of Keith's dear friends rang me up, and he was a really nice guy, and he told me that Keith does have stage 4 cancer. And the 60th birthday bash that he was doing was actually more of a farewell, saying goodbye to his friends, which is ironic. I got notified of where Keith Williams lived because one of his neighbours rang me up and asked me, well, actually didn't ring me up, he sent me a message asking me when Keith Williams was going to be arrested. Because he's a noisy neighbour, he's always having wild parties. So then I did this video all about Keith Williams, who we hadn't heard from, had disappeared. And, he was obviously a leader and really got Hyperverse going. So it was quite a shock. But anyway, you can see there that Roy is rampant. And what I'm going to do as well, even though I don't like doing this in real time, is I'm going to go to the video I just did last night. And I want to use this video as an example to show you how to use timestamps. So if you're looking at any of my videos, you can see me raving on. I'll just pause myself. You go to the More button, and in the More button, you'll see that I spent all day long doing these lovely timestamps. If you scoot to the bottom, you'll see a whole row of wee videos. Click View All. And in here, you can actually see a clip that I want to show you about Rory, because he's, there it is. So you click on that bit. It takes you exactly this part. Now just listen to Rory, how much steam he's blowing up the ass of Sam Lee.
I want to add one thing. If people get this concept, I've traded 3 years, and what you've put in the hands of people is a guaranteed bet that you will not lose your money, you will not lose your trade. But if you go for the proof of research, that's what people need to understand.
Do you understand that, people?
People have tried to trade Bitcoin. They've tried to trade tokens. Yeah, in this family,
I don't know what a token is, just saying.
You go in and do what Sam's telling you is effectively writing you a check in 500 days to say you're not going to lose a cent, or you can only have an upside.
Oh, mate, this is priceless. You can see why I wanted to go back and grab a video that was published 3 months ago to see what message they were selling people. Shavis is in here and he's relaxed and he feels good about this. And Sam's in here. He hasn't even got any white stuff on his nose. And there's Troy, who's just creaming it up and saying this is the best thing since sliced bread.
That is a bet I will take a million times over, and I've traded over many years. So Sam, you're a genius. I want to compliment you. I think it's absolutely amazing. And when the penny drops, and we can really, and your support for the middle class, people will understand in time. They will understand it in time. And thank you. Thank you from South Africa. Thank you from Africa. You're making people whole that really need this opportunity right now. So I personally just want to say thank you.
Wow, what an endorsement. Good on you, Roy. Yeah, so that's kind of unusual, isn't it, really? You've got Roy, I'm going to say his name wrong the whole time. So whenever I say Rory, that's Rory. I can't even pronounce his name right. That is breathtaking. The fact that 3 months ago, he can go there on a Zoom meeting and blow so much steam up someone's backside like Sam Lee, saying that he's absolutely amazing, and now come out in a video saying that he's going to ask people for $15 each and provide them rewards for their $15 each and return their $15 each. And he just wants 10,000 people to believe in him. And now he's going to go after Sam Lee. You know, like, how can you have this person, you know, who's been promoting Ponzi schemes for the last 4 years that I've seen, and then all of a sudden decide to go after one of the Ponzi schemes, you know, companies, well, the owner, because he hasn't got the answers he wants, and then in the meantime promote another Ponzi scheme. So it's just breathtaking. So we're going to do a video about Rory, but I just wanted to show you some of the videos that he's doing. So what else have we got on Rory? Obviously, I've shown you that I've got the video that was removed. I've just shown you that. So he's destroying his evidence as he goes through. And then we had a couple of other people that posted some things on Telegram that I thought would be worthy of reading to you. So I'm just going to bring my notes over to the screen here, make it so you can see it. And I went on there and basically said, what an idiot. And one of his mates stuck up for him. So I'm going to read my comment. I'm going to just change things. So it's complicated to explain this, and I'm sorry if you're not following me, but if you are up with the play with all the claims that, what do they call that thing called? Where's my mouse gone, Danny? My mouse has disappeared. I'm looking for my mouse. Oh, there it is. So all the claims that Sam Lee and Jarvis are making at the moment, they're talking about doing minting. So I just wanted to go in the order that I prepared in. So at the moment, Jarvis is claiming that people are going to be able to mint tokens, or they're going to be able to mint Bitcoin via their laptop. And Jarvis has actually said that he has minted Bitcoin using his laptop. Now, it's just utterly ridiculous that it is part of the product that he is selling the community. So before I just go into the guy that was berating me on the Telegram group, telling me I didn't know what I was talking about, and I don't, I have actually asked for an expert to explain the next paragraph, which wasn't related to the guy that was berating me. But I had a comment by a user that made a lot of sense to me, even though I'm not that versed. Now, I'm just alleging that you guys that are watching these videos aren't really clued up with the crypto world and how it all works and the difference between minting and mining. But this paragraph made a lot of sense to me, and I want to share it with you. So let's just listen to this first.
Boardness. It is absolutely essential that people understand the difference between proof of work and proof of stake crypto mining. Proof of stake cryptos can effectively be created, minted, as easily as typing a single letter on email and require tiny amounts of computing power. Proof of work crypto like Bitcoin require many tens of thousands more computing power to create, mint. WHIST is proof of stake and essentially worthless. It will always be worthless outside of this scam Ponzi and will only have value to people in the scheme whilst they remain deluded into thinking they are participating in some potentially profitable, useful, legitimate enterprise.
So by getting a rat to run around in one of those hamster wheels, they think they're doing something. So a lot of the people that are involved in We Are All Satoshi were also involved in VidiLook. Now, VidiLook was a Ponzi scheme where you invested $1,500 and you agreed to watch so many commercials, you would get rewarded for it. So now the new thing that they're doing with We Are All Satoshi is they're telling people they're going to train them how to mint or to mine for Bitcoin. And this is utterly ridiculous. So what they're proposing to do from this comment that we got from one of my people that commented on one of my videos made a lot of sense to me, because it's only going to be good for the people in the environment they're working in. So for example, the community of We Are All Satoshi, if they mint within that and on their blockchain, then it's only going to be a collateral that can be used within their own community. So effectively what I'm saying is the minting concept that they're selling to people is utterly a waste of time and absolutely worthless. It is only getting people in the community who are investing USDT thinking that they're doing something for their investment, and it's just a waste of time. So I asked my mate Jim. Now Jim, in my opinion, is a very versed guy. He understands crypto and he explains things to me in a beautiful way. So I sent him that message that I got, and I asked him to just clarify exactly what he thought that meant, just in case I didn't explain it, because I need professionals here, because the next guy is trying to berate me for not being any good at doing what I'm doing.
The type of proof mechanism is irrelevant. Proof of stake just means that your blockchain is able to scale better than older blockchains that use proof of work, like Bitcoin. Bitcoin was hard-coded as proof of work, meaning an unlimited amount of computers can contribute to the network, and as more people try to mine it now takes much longer for all the computers to agree. That now means it takes 15 minutes for any Bitcoin to be moved. Proof of stake is a bit different. A scam is still a scam regardless how you spin it.
Right, so what I got from that and what I'm explaining to you is, if I wanted to go buy a Tesla car, and Elon Musk said that I can use Bitcoin to purchase that, it would take 15 minutes for the transaction to actually show up on the blockchain, which means that also you would get gas fees, and gas fees are because of the amount of energy that it takes to process these transactions. So what a lot of companies claim to do now is have their own blockchain, and they do all the transaction fees on their own blockchain, and then they claim that it's plugged into the real blockchain, hence the gas fees and blah, 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 blah. So what we're getting at is the amount of energy needed to mine proper Bitcoin is going to be uneconomical. And that's why these guys have their own blockchain. So yes, you might be able to mine for Bitcoin or whatever, for crypto or their crypto. And We Global is another company that claimed to do it, but it's only good in their environment. And then you'd have to transfer it into another cryptocurrency that would allow you to transfer it back into USDT. So what we're sort of saying is, you're like playing a game of Monopoly, and you're playing with the bank's money, but you can never get it back to the real world, and it won't be worth anything to anyone outside the game that you're playing in. So it's a waste of time. So that's just something I wanted to share with you. Call it a tippet. So now, when I saw Rory's video that we're about to do a voiceover on, I basically went into a Telegram group called the VideoLook Lawsuit Group, and I said, this guy couldn't organise a piss-up in a brewery. How can someone who's been so rampant at promoting Ponzi scheme all of a sudden think he's going to do a lawsuit? Who would take this guy seriously? The judge will listen. Okay, so we'll have to get this read, because I don't read. I'm dyslexic, in case you haven't figured that out.
What judge will listen to a scammer who promotes Ponzi schemes, leading people to get their money back, and encouraged people to invest in the Ponzi scheme in the first place? Red angry face. This is ridiculous, man. Fassipaming. Rory taking Sam Lee to court. I can imagine it, the judge saying to Rory, pull out your hands, we're going to arrest you first.
So here's a guy, Rory, in my opinion, that I've seen promoting every Ponzi scheme known to man, and even this video that we're about to have a look at is ridiculous. Because here he is saying that he's going to be the saviour to everyone that's been scammed. He's already lost $2.8 million and theoretically had 40 people working everyone and encouraging everyone to sign up for a Ponzi scheme. And now he's going to do a class action lawsuit against Sam Lee, using everyone else's money because he's got no money left because he's gone broke theoretically. And what's going to happen? The judge is going to say, well, who are you? And he go, oh, I'm one of the guys that promoted it. Oh, right. And I had 40 staff and I believed everything that Sam Lee said. And here I am just 3 months ago endorsing the guy. And now I've realised he's a scammer and I want to now sue him. But in the meantime, I'm going to run another Ponzi scheme of my own, hoping to get people encouraged. So I don't know who the hell this guy is, but I will show you something interesting in a few minutes.
Juan Meyer.
So this is the message I got from the guy, and this is his user user image. And this is the type of thing that the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger has to deal with. Everyone hides behind a fake identity. They don't put their real name out there. I'm one of the only people that I know of, or maybe Rory, who actually use their real name and put their own real name out there. Here's a guy, well, that might be his real name. Does that sound like a real name?
Juan Meyer.
John Meyer? I don't even know what country you're from. I don't know anything about you. You just hide behind a profile and you fling. You're a keyboard warrior. And look at the warrior. Urgh, he's a big man. Urgh, good on you, mate. Well done. That's the username. And also, this is a comment on my thing. So anyway, if we go back to here. So this is what this guy decided that would be a good idea to message me about my comment about how Rory couldn't organise a piss-up in a brewery. Here we go. Have a listen.
Your comment you just made is what is wrong with your channel and spineless idiots in general on social media who has a big mouth behind a computer or phone, but in real life is a spineless coward. I know Rory personally, and his $15 proposal is a genuine attempt to take Samly to task. Rory lost all his assets and livelihood in Hyperfund, around $2.80 mil. He had a staff complement of 40 people working for him full-time while in Hyperfund. All of them lost their income due to Samly. So be very careful in making false accusations. And exactly your quick reaction and false accusations not doing your homework is the reason why your channel has no credibility. Shame on you.
That's funny because the Oz and Oz, which is BehindMLM.com, he has no credibility, I get told all the time as well. But he's the only one actually proactively going out there trying to help people from losing all their money. And if I was to answer this is just ridiculous. I mean, next thing he'll say that my YouTube channel is all about clicks. I don't get hardly any money for the time I invest in doing these videos. And it's like a massive jigsaw puzzle. I'll be honest. Every time I get a piece, I go, ooh, I know where that goes. And you pick it up and you go to put it in there and go, it doesn't quite fit. But however, because I've been doing this for 2 years and I've done over 400 videos about busting Ponzi schemes and scams, it's not rocket science, guys. It's really simple. A Ponzi scheme is really three things, in my opinion. First thing, if it involves crypto, it's a red flag. The second thing is if it involves some sort of affiliate marketing or multi-level marketers are behind it and you're going to receive some commission if you recruit other people, that's the second red flag, which basically means that these Ponzi schemes don't exist unless you recruit new people. And if you don't recruit new people, they tell you it was your fault that it fell over. And the third thing is really simple. Does it sound too good to be true? That's it, those three things. If they promise you daily rewards or a return on your investment that's unrealistic, those three things, 100%, I've never been proven wrong as a Ponzi scheme. Now, this guy is justifying the fact that I don't know what I'm doing about because his mate has already lost $2.8 million to a Ponzi scheme. His mate has had 40 people working for him. Theoretically, this is his mate's. And because of that, I should be more careful about my I think he's meant to say false accusations. And what evidence do I have that Rory is a scam? I don't. But when I look at his history and see that he's been doing this since 2019, and he's been promoting or going to conferences promoting, the biggest Ponzi scheme in the world, going by all the media, K-bars. And then I see a history of him with Kalpesh Patel, who's ran off to Dubai and lives in the 56th floor of a building overlooking the Majestic. And then I look at people like Keith Williams that has got his arms around hugging, who now live in a £3 million mansion in the UK and is now dying of stage 4 cancer, which is karma in my opinion. Now, because you've been associated with all these scammers, and now you've come out with a stupid video claiming that you can help people get their one times back. Now, there's a guy called Clayton Ford who's been claiming that he can help people get their money back. And in the meantime, what you need to do is you need to sign up for a transit card. Yes, transit card, which claims to give you 100%. If you spend $100, you get $100 worth in rewards, and you'll be able to go into their shopping platform and buy $100 worth of like a pair of sneakers. So let's say you buy a pair of sneakers in the real world for $100, then you will get a 100% credit on the other end, and you can buy the same pair of sneakers on their platform with the reward money. It's just ridiculous. And these guys are telling you this is how they're helping you get your one times back. So there's a lot of the VIP 5s that have been claiming that they're going to help people get their ones times back. Now, my friend, Keith Williams, who is actually dying of cancer, who's had chemo about 3 weeks ago, his second stint, he believed that Hyperverse or Hyperfund or Hypercapital or Hypertech, Hypercosmo, Hypernation, or Hyperbond, you get it, there's a lot of hype going on, was a legitimate business opportunity. It was only when the rewards stopped getting paid and the recruitment slowed down and the money stopped pouring in that he realized it was a scam. And he thought he could become the global sales representative for Hypernation and start recruiting and getting new people in and then be able to trade their way out of it. That's what his friend told me. So if Keith Williams, for example, believed it was a genuine business opportunity for people, then how can I criticize anyone else who's out there promoting it? Because Rory has been promoting K-bars since 2019. He's been involved with Hypernation. He's watched that Ponzi scheme rise and fall. And I don't know what else he's been involved in, so I won't allege that he's been involved in anything else. But here he is now, been involved in what I can see as VAV. He's been involved in VidiLook. He's been involved in We Are Satoshi. And he's watched those platforms fall over. And now he claims that he wants to be a whistleblower. And he wants to save the day to his community. No doubt his community is knocking on his door going, hey, Rory, where's my money? What have you done, mate? You promoted this. You've been on these Zoom meetings badgering us. I mean, we just saw a video of him 3 months ago blowing smoke up Sam Lee's ass, saying that Sam Lee's a good guy. And now he wants to do a class action lawsuit using your money. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, we've got this friend here of Roy's who also come back and threw another 2 cents worth. He kicked me while I'm still listening.
You're a third-rated blogger, and always be one. You never will have any credibility due to your assumptions you make without anything you say being backed up by facts.
Right, so at 32 minutes into this video, I'm actually going to do a timestamp. This is what I do, 32 minutes. I'm going to introduce myself as Danny. All right, so let's just get rid of that. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I am Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I earned that nickname by being featured in the New York Times. I think it was November the 19th. Just search for the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. It'll be #1. I'm really proud of the fact that I got printed in the New York Times. A Kiwi all the way over here. And they did it because they saw that I was on a mission to name and shame anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. I don't need to understand all the mechanics of crypto. I'm dyslexic, left school at the age of 14, all that sort of carry on. But if it sounds too good to be true, it often is. So I'm here to help people who are like me. And I want you to avoid the pitfalls of getting involved in these crypto opportunities of a lifetime. So support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell and you'll be notified when new videos come out. But how you can really help me is by hitting the thumbs up and also providing a comment. I personally reply to everybody. Right now, I have 12 people on my live chat, and they are watching me record this video in real time. And when they ask me questions or anything, I will often throw that into my live recording. Thank you for being my subscriber, and let's get on with the show. Now, I have a good part. I have the good part where we're actually going to listen to Rory explain how he's going to save the nation. And the question is Rory the right person to be our savior? Or is he trying to scam you once again? Now, I just did an intro to this and I showed you that this guy has been promoting and running Ponzi schemes since 2019 as far as I've gone back. I've gone through his Facebook page and I've found that he's quite a nice guy. And he seems really genuine. But that is also the telltale signs of someone who's pocketing money. Now, his friend has reached out to me and said, I don't know what I'm talking about, and my YouTube videos are not credible sources of information. But his friend also said that he made $2.8 million. Well, lost $2.8 million from Hyperverse. and he had 40 people working for him at the prime of hyperfund, I should say. So what I'm getting at there, he saw an opportunity and he ran with it. And since then, as far as my knowledge, and I may be wrong, but I don't think I am, do your own due diligence, he promoted VidiLook, he promoted VAV, and he's also been promoting We Are All Satoshi. He's actually got the background image of We Are All Satoshi, and he's done presentations promoting this Ponzi scheme. But now, just 10 days ago, Sam Lee got kicked out and Sharvis is in. So he doesn't know what side of the fence to sit on, and he's into you guys, and he's asking you for more money. Everything that these Ponzi scheme scam artists do, they ask you for more money. Have you not noticed there's a pattern here? They want your money. They want your money. Don't give them your money. Keep your UST to yourself. Go get a product or a service. Be entrepreneurial. I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 23. I've never worked a day in my life, but I've never invested in a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And I want to help you guys spot one. So let's have a listen to Rory. You can see he's coming to you live from his prison cell. And let's have a listen to what he has to say. Here we go. Here we go, kids. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everybody. It's Rory. I did promise that I would do a recording, and this has to do with VidiLook and a lot of other projects. So what I would like to do is jump straight into it. I'm going to share something that I have put together, some notes. So firstly, this has to do with regards to Sam Lee and the projects that we've participated. This presentation is private and for members that have been affected only. I want just to put forward that I'm not giving any advice. This is for educational and sharing.
I love these disclaimers that people give. They don't mean shit, to be honest. You can't tell somebody, I'm not a financial advisor, and then give them financial advice and then stand up in court and say, well, I did do a disclaimer. And the judge would go, but you kept on giving financial advice.
Purposes, and I want to share my knowledge and experience with members. And this is for members that are seeking more information or want to take some action. And this is purely from my personal perspective on the matter. And
so that's a disclaimer. Remember, I showed you before that he's actually removed videos that he's done in the past. But some of the videos he can't remove, like the ones on We Are All Satoshi. And if you go to my video just before this one, you will see that he was rampantly blowing steam up Sam Lee's, Scam Lee's ass. Saying he's wonderful and this is an opportunity of a lifetime. And these guys are after the commission money they get from when you sign up. So don't you forget that.
The date is 11th of September. And if you want more information, you can ask roryc@gmail.com. That's askroryc@gmail.com. You can take a quick snapshot of that. I've dedicated this email address with support so that we can try and get some of the issues addressed. So let's talk about some of the programs that have affected. So those that are aware, Sam Lee and Hypertech Group have been in the market space for some time. And the projects I want to talk about or put under this sort of question is from Hyper One, Hyper Community, Hyper Capital, Hyper Global, Hyper Fund, Hyperverse, Hyper Nation, Hyper Cosmos.
He forgot Hypertech Group, which was the original one. And he also forgot Hyper Capital. But obviously, he's well versed with all the Ponzi schemes that Sam Lee and Ryan Jew have been associated with. Now, would you start hanging out with the same guy that's been associated with all these Ponzi schemes and all these failed Ponzi schemes and then get involved with him at the other end of the scale and now claim that you didn't know that he's running a Ponzi scheme and you want to do a class action lawsuit against him? This is Roy trying to figure out how to make money out of his community, and he's come up with an idea. So let it unfold and see what else he comes out with.
More recently, October last year, Stable DAO, VidiLook, Beta and Live, VAV, which is recent, and now currently Vend. Now, the reason I'm putting this together is that we as a community have participated in one or some of these ventures, and we have lost our funds or we are still waiting for questions to be answered. Too many people have been hurt and or have lost money, and in my opinion, no proper explanation has been given. And I want to seek the truth.
Oh, right. Let's go wave your flag at the finish line. You scammer. You've been telling people to sign up for every single one of these platforms. You've been telling people to take the opportunity before it disappears. And now, at the end, you want to wave your flag and tell everyone you're going to do a class action lawsuit against the guy that you've been promoting since, is it 2020 or 2019? Unreal, mate. You're just all class.
And I would like to know where the members are and what we're going to do together.
Oh, really? And Clayton Ford, you've been watching him try to encourage people to get their money back. Now you thought you'd, as a VIP 5, I presume you got to that level. You must have if you lost $2.8 million. And now you're going to be the savior. I'm your savior from We Are All Satoshi. Keep going, Rory. Living the dream there, bud.
One project is still in play, and that's We Are All Satoshi. Chavez has now officially taken control and taken over this project.
Excellent. Now, if you go back to my video, just the one before this, you'll see that I did a whole video on who is Chavez. He tried to get one of my videos removed, but YouTube come back and said that there's a thing called fair use, and I won't do anything wrong. But in the meantime, I managed to get his full name. He doesn't exist, and that's why I've alleged that Chavez may be using a fake identity. And even though he claims to have started a corporation at the age of 17, he provided technical services to Marvel Studios, and he also claims that there's AI that everybody is using in the world, and his company developed it. And he also claims that he has been associated with government organizations. And all this he's done at the age of 27. I missed my calling. I'm 53 years of age, and at the age of 27, Chavez has done all these wonderful things. And not only that, he has his own tech company, and the guys that work with him are real badasses. That's what Chavez said. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's a bit of a hoot. But anyway, Chavez is now looking after We Are All Satoshi, and I have a feeling that Rory is still in bed with We Are All Satoshi.
Chavez has a personal interest in this project. He's saying he's 100% in control, and I think he's really doing a good job.
Is that financial advice? Because I think you might be a financial advisor if you've got that company that helps people refinance their leased vehicles.
We want to see what happens.
Do we? Do we want to see what happens with We Are All Satoshi? Now, theoretically, Chavez has got the keys, my keys, my crypto. I heard, I might be wrong, but 271 cryptos have been purchased with your money, and it's all held in the Vault Horizon. And Chavez somehow managed to take that away from Sam Lee. And Sam Lee's quite happy about that. He's just backed off and said it's all gone off to the lawyers. And Chavez has now got total control, 100% control, and he's going to be transparent, and he's going to help you guys understand fully what's happened to your money. Yeah, and there's 9 people who are in leadership that he won't tell you their names. It's just bullshit on bullshit on bullshit. And Rory is still saying, even though he wants to do a lawsuit against Sam, 2 weeks ago, he was saying that Sam's a good guy. 2 weeks ago. Now he wants to do a class action lawsuit against Sam. Okay, carry on, mate.
The question is, what is Sam Lee's role moving forward? And there was a commitment of 2% of that fee that was due to pay back people in VidiLook. Is that still the case? We don't know yet.
But you got told that by Sam, and you believe what you get told, right? I don't. I'm not that stupid, Rory.
But what we do know is that Chavez controls the tech and currently controls the proof of reserve wallet.
Only because Chavez said that. So you believe Chavez? And Chavez, who is Chavez? Until I mentioned his last name, you did not even know who he was. And I don't even know if his last name is his real last name, but because I got an email from YouTube in my last video, would mean that he had to use an authentic name to actually be able to complain about my video.
And there is a way forward that Chavez is proposing. He's saying that himself and community leaders will control this wallet.
Okay, and who are the community leaders? And you want to be transparent, but you won't tell us who they are. Tammy Jackson, maybe? Oh, and Tracy, I can't remember his last name. Can't remember his last name. I'm not very good at this game.
So there will never be a question of what happens to the fund. But before you jump on board with We Are Satoshi, I recommend that you fully understand the program in detail before you commit any funds. It's
Okay.
very important that you ask
Okay.
or have all your questions answered.
Okay, and who's going to do that? You're going to do it for us?
There are critical things that you need to understand.
Or you need to understand. I was speaking to a scammer the other day who stole he didn't steal, he stole $1,800 from a lady called Vera in Australia. And he kept on saying to me, I need to understand. I don't need to understand anything, mate. If this was like putting your money in a term deposit in the bank, I would have paperwork and it would be very clear. It wouldn't be complex.
Before you commit, get to know all the information first and get to know what you're getting into.
You're getting into a scam. There you go. Save you a lot of grief, didn't I?
Effectively placing a bet and
you investments, which are like placing a bet. That just reeks, that waves lots of red flags.
Working to see what Bitcoin's going to do in the future. It could be a fantastic bet, but understand everything. I'm personally finishing off a risk matrix on this program and with as many questions and answers. And this I'll make available to my members to share so they can also be informed. And again, this model is really dependent on what your risk appetite is. But I think what's most important.
So if you risk a lot, you're going to lose a lot. And if you risk a little, you're going to lose a lot. That's pretty much it.
And understand exactly what you're getting into before you move forward. Now let's talk about Sam Lee. Truth or lies?
Oh, I think they're all lies, to be honest. But I'll be interested to know what you've come up with, Rory.
So Sam Lee has said, I'm not to blame.
Okay, I'll believe that. Yep, I don't think it's Sam's. I actually think he's actually held captive in Dubai, and he's had his passport taken from him after stealing 50 million from Australians and going into hiding and then popping up in Dubai. I believe he's working for a criminal network and he's trapped there.
This has been for Hyperverse, Hypernation. He said he's just been caught up in this. Last year, October, he started Stable DAO. The beginning of the year, he came out and said, all those people affected, come to me and I'm going to sort your issues out. We trusted him. We put our faith in him.
Why did you do that for you, Nimpy? Why did you trust somebody who stole $50 million from Australian? Do a search on the internet for Blockchain Global and do a search for receivers, and you'll see that Sam Lee stole $50 million. They tell you to do your own due diligence. Sam Lee and Ryan Ju owned a company called Collinstar Capital, which owned 40% of a company called Blockchain Global. Blockchain Global was a co-shared office space which basically helped people understand more about the blockchain, and he also had something else that was interesting in that company. I can't remember. Anyway, basically he took off all the money.
He launched a program which he claims was not his, which was VidiLook, which later he says he's now got ownership of.
Yeah, well, we got Garrett, who I did that interview with. Garrett basically said that he had to set up a company and it had to have the name VidiLook in it, and that was all about him helping to get his visa so he could live in Dubai. And then Sam Lee started up VidiLook, and then he tried to throw Garrett under the bus, and then Garrett got paid $55,000, $10,000 for wages, $45,000 for his downline. And what's really curly about that one is Garrett got paid $55,000 from VidiLook, which they called VidiLook Beta. And it was after it collapsed and they told the community that they got robbed and there was no money left because they had 6,000 people set up fake or multiple accounts. And Garrett got paid $55,000 after all the money had been stolen. So it just tells you that there's a criminal network behind it. And what Garrett said to me in the video, if you go back through my videos, you'll see Garrett talking to me. He said there's a fail-safe built into these platforms, and if more money is going out in a 7-day period than is coming in, the system automatically shuts down, and then the leaders divvy up the money they collected from running the Ponzi scheme. It's not rocket science, it's the hex science, and that's how simple these Ponzi schemes run. So what they do is they use all these influencers and everybody they can, they promote it, they get all the multi-level marketers out there who get their money as it goes in real time. So if I promoted you into it, normally I'd get anything from 20% up to 52%. Hyperverse was paying 52% of the money that went into the platform would go to the multi-level marketers. And people were creating multiple accounts. They were introducing Jimmy the Cricket into it. He would invest $10,000. $5,200 of that dollars would go into their pockets for just bringing you into the system. And you might think that's a bit of a tall story and it's not quite true. Well, it is, because they started up Hypercosmos. Hypercosmos was, if you just sold a package to someone else, straight away you'd get 50% of the money that that person invested. That's how terrible it got at the end of Hyperverse. Now, these schemes are all the same. It's all about the multi-level marketers. Rory is a multi-level marketer. He is the person that is taking your money. He is hoping that he's going to find another Ponzi scheme or a scam where he gets paid commissions for referring people into it. And then he's going to sit here pretending he's a leader, telling you he's going to do a class action lawsuit and get 10,000 people together who want to pay $15 each. Oh, infuriates me. The best collection of people was 1,800 people who have signed a petition to go after Sam Lee and Ryan Jew in one called the Hyperverse lawsuit group. It's in a Telegram group. If you want it, let me know. Message me, reach out to me. Go to my top of my YouTube channel, find my Telegram group. Please do join it, and I can share information with you more rapidly. Anyway, let's get back into it. Roy, tell us how wonderful you are.
But the problem is people's money has been tied up.
No shit, Sherlock.
Now, he's saying that his lawyers have cleared him of any wrongdoing.
Oh, that's a good one, Sam. I did love that one, Sam. That's right. You go into the office on Monday and you realise that Videolog has had all their money stolen. So what's the first thing you do? I'll ring up the police and report a crime. No, what you do is you get your lawyers to go into the data room and you get them to do their own investigation first. And you tamper with the evidence. That's what Sam basically said he did. Instead of going to the police and reporting a crime. Can you imagine if Microsoft all of a sudden had all the investors' money stolen? Do you think Microsoft would send in their lawyers to go through the database? Or do you think Microsoft would get the law enforcement involved straight away? That's how stupid these sayings that Sam have come up with I can't even speak proper.
And perhaps that's the case. Perhaps we're going to take it at face value. But what I can tell you in the last couple of weeks, the way Sam has spoken to this community and come across on a lot of these official presentations is quite disgusting.
Fucking no way, Jesus.
Actually, and Sam, I'm actually embarrassed for you.
Fuck off.
And I know you say you got all the money in the world and you can behave how you choose.
He said, fuck you guys, I'm rich and you're not. That's what he said. Hope that's not offending you there, Corey. You're a good Christian boy. Actually, and that's the funny thing, I've been looking through his Facebook page and he's a Christian. All in the name of Jesus, eh? Scam people and then go to church on Sundays. I love it, mate. I love it, Rory. You're just all full of it, mate. I did see you at some church event where you were celebrating Easter. It's on your Facebook.
Sure, that's your choice. But, speaking to community and people when there could be children on this...
Fuck off. There's no children on my channel.
...presentations or people listening to that kind of foul language.
Fuck you. Oh, sorry. That's what he said. He said, fuck you if you don't believe in me. That's what Sam Lee said. Don't shoot the messenger. But Corey, you keep your palate nice and clean. You'll go to heaven or hell or karma. Karma is another thing that's not religious. If you haven't figured it out, guys, I'm not really a religious person anymore. I was brought up in a religious cult, and anyone that wants to do any religious, religious stuff with me doesn't really get a nice reply.
And accusing the community for the failures, I don't think is very fair.
No, it's not.
Especially what you have committed and promised to the people.
You promised it and you should deliver all. You should, I think 3 weeks ago, Sam was saying that everybody in the room, the 55 We Are All Satoshi people that visited Dubai and paid $25,000 to be on the round table, he promised that every single person in that room was be made a billionaire. And he also told everyone that he was a billionaire. And now he's got no money. In fact, Sam wrote 2 dud checks, what equaled up to about $1 million US. And the guy that they bounced on decided to go to the Dubai police, and Sam got locked up for 3 nights and put in prison. Oh no, what are you going to do, Sam, now? When he got out of prison, Garrett told everyone about it, and he had to fess up and say he did not like prison. Anyway, so now he can't leave Dubai. He's got a travel ban, and he needs to come up with $1 million, $1 million to pay back the investors. The investor, the guy, Max. Max was, no, I got that wrong. I get that right. Garrett's ex-business partner. Garrett didn't mention the name. Obviously, he's still working with him. But he was the one that Sam wrote out the 2 dud checks out to, and then he went and complained. So there's 2 lawsuits going on about Sam at the moment. That's why he's drinking a lot. Also, unfortunately, I don't think his marriage is too good. He got married in 2022, and since then, he's got 2 mistresses, and one of the mistresses said that she doesn't want to be called a mistress anymore. She wants to be called a source of information. So I'm going to try to get that right. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I think Sam's not a happy chappy. His marriage is not working. He's doing cocaine, he's doing uppers, and he's been kicked out of his own company. And now we've got Chavez in there, and then you've got Roy, who's trying to do a lawsuit against Sam. And you could not pay for this type of entertainment, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, Sam, I'm not saying that you are guilty.
Okay, it's good to hedge your bets, just in case when you go to Dubai and meet Sam and look him in the eye, you're going to say, well, I did say I didn't think you were guilty.
But I think as a community, we need to decide, are we going to take action or are we going to walk away?
So this is the threat.
That's really the choice we got to make. Sam,
you guys don't have any choices. It's really not rocket science. It's the heck science. You invested in a Ponzi scheme and a scam, and you put your money in. No one held a gun to your head when you decided to do so, and now you've lost all your money. And it's probably the Chinese mafia has taken off of all your money, or somebody like that. I don't think it's Russia. Russia's busy fighting wars with Ukraine at the moment. But what I'm saying is that you've lost all your money, and you don't have any choices other than not to invest in Ponzi schemes or scams. And he's got one coming up in this video that he's going to try and encourage you to get into.
Saying the NDA is one thing he will never break, and the truth will come out. It just won't come from him. But, if there is a court case, the NDA will get superseded and the court will intervene.
Who the hell do you think he's got the NDA with? Come on, guys, work us out. What, you bunch of scammers are going to make somebody sign an NDA and they're going to go off to the regulated court system and they're going to say the gangsters behind me have an NDA, and then the judge is going to say, excuse me, gangsters, can you piss off? We're going to forget the NDA and we're going to just ask Sam some prudent questions. What the hell? I mean, there's no NDA, and this NDA stuff is stupid. Chavez, who I mentioned earlier, has... what did he do? Started his own corporation at 70. Worked for, what do they call it? Marvel Studios. Everyone that's using AI is, well, not everyone that's using AI, but he developed AI that everyone is using in the world. And also he helps governments. He's at the age of 27. But you guessed it, he can't tell anyone all about it because he's under NDA. This NDA thing is like part of the scammer school book that you learn when doing these scams, that you learn that you must, if you don't know the answer to the question, just say to everyone you're under NDA. And Rory is believing that Sam is under NDA, and he's trying to reason with that idea.
And if Sam says he's innocent, well, then our actions are going to support him in clearing his name.
Oh, that's great, Rory. That means you're hedging your bets, just in case Sam turns up one day with his gangsters and he's going to be furious with you.
Because obviously if we get to the truth and Sam is purely not to blame, well, then Sam must really encourage us to get to the truth, because then we've cleared his name for him.
Have you thought about just ringing up Sam and listening to what he says?
But if Sam is not innocent and it does come out that there is, real, well, he's adopted the name Scam Lee, and he said you can call him.
Hey, that's my copyright, Roy. I started calling him Scam Lee. That's my saying. Don't you use my copyright.
Scam Lee if I don't pay your money back within 48 hours, and that was with the VAV. So effectively, he's given us permission to call him Scam Lee.
Okay, now VAV is a really interesting thing. Now listen up here, kids. Some Australians, 2 people I know invested 3,000 USDT into VAV. It went into an Australian bank account. Now I did accuse Carl Miller of doing money laundering, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, but we've been following the bank account. Now, the bank account that was Australian transferred the money from an Australian bank account to one in Singapore. To transfer money from an Australian bank account to a Singaporean account, it cost $200. Do you know what that means? VAV claimed that they would return half your money within the first 24 hours. They claim that you would get your full initial investment back within 48 hours. When that money hit the Australian bank account, it got transferred to the bank account in Singapore. We're still following up on this. Trust me, I'm doing some good research at the moment. It cost them $200, which means that to transfer the money back to you would have cost them as well. I don't know if they would have transferred it back to your bank account, but you would have got gas fees. So they already have spent 8% of the money just in transferring the money away from you to a different bank in Singapore. How the hell does that work? There's no way that would actually work. So it's a total scam. It's obviously, there's not rocket science. It's even above the heck science. It's just showing you guys that these guys are literally stealing your money.
Until proven otherwise. But the way I see it is that we're here after the truth. Well, I'm after the truth, not just for VidiLook and not just for VAV, for all of it. I want to get to the bottom of it.
Do you? After 4 years, you haven't figured out that you're associated with a bunch of scammers?
I want to know exactly where my community stands and where I stand.
Oh, you sound so good on camera, Rory. I mean, you're a scammer. You just take that commission from people, and now the community's pushing you, and you decided to be a spokesman and decide that you're going to try and do a class action lawsuit so you don't lose another $2.8 million. Are you kidding me?
I'm not sitting in limbo anymore, waiting week after week, wondering what's going to happen and false promises.
Oh, you listen to these people, do you? Are you twit? Are you a twit? You're an idiot, mate. You're a friggin' idiot scammer who's been pocketing the commission money. Go get a real job.
Again, I'm not here against anybody specifically, and Sam, you might be completely innocent.
It might be. Hedge your bets, mate.
And I respect that. But at this stage, you haven't given us a formal plan. You haven't told us when we're going to get paid. You haven't told us when we're going to get our money back from VAV, which is your program that you said that you would honor your payments.
Are you an idiot, mate? The money has long gone. Sam's not in control of the money. That the leaders have divvied up the money. Let's use Gobi as an example. Gobi went back to the UK. Oh, and look, the brother-in-law gets a brand new car. Just after they did the We Are All Satoshi round table thing that you were part of, all of a sudden he can afford to buy his brother-in-law a new car. Do you think Gobi is one of the leaders? Do you think Gobi profiteered from everyone that lost all their money? Do you really believe that all the money just disappeared and the marketing budget ran out? And not only did the marketing budget ran out, it went right down to zero. They claimed they had $240 million in the marketing campaign and it's all disappeared. Are you shitting me? Is that the story that you want to go with?
And, inspecting that wallet and checking the movement of cash flows, large amounts of money have moved out of the system, which we are yet to have justification. And you're sitting with all the information.
What about the money that Chavez claims from the Vault Horizon, where he claimed that it's been moved out of the location it was into another crypto wallet? Has anyone bothered to track that transaction? Someone told me, I don't know if it's right, that it was 271 Bitcoins that were in the Vault Horizon, and now Chavez has come onto a camera in a Zoom meeting saying that he's secured the funds. For some reason, Sam Lee had 271 Bitcoins, and my key, my crypto effect comes into play, and he decided to leave that key available, that Chavez, who theoretically is an invisible man that didn't have a last name until I showed you his last name, has now transferred that money from one wallet to another. Are you kidding me? Do you really believe that there's money in there? Do you really think a worker would have access and control of all that money?
And if you have an NDA saying that you can't give us the information, well, then as a community, we need to come together to force that communication. And if we have to do it in the courts, we'll do that.
Okay, big threats there, guys. Woohoo, with your $150,000. If you get everyone in it. Woohoo.
And Sam Lee's put an invitation out for people to go and meet with them. Well, Sam, I most certainly look forward to meeting you in person, and I accept that invitation. And when I'll be coming to Dubai, I certainly will be looking forward to meet with you in person so that you can address the issues that need to be addressed. Because regardless of what happens now, it's time for the community to know where we stand. So to move action forward, I've been working with a lot of people in Dubai and around the world. And
I think he's talking about Kalpesh Patel, nuts and bolt training, and also he doesn't work with Keith Williams anymore. Unfortunately, Keith has got stage 4 cancer, if you didn't know that. And the other one, it might be Brenda Chunder, could be Rodney Ford, I can't remember his other name, but there's a whole list of people that have been involved in this friggin' scam.
And the quickest way we're going to move is a class action lawsuit. Again, Sam's got nothing to worry about. I just think it's all members' responsibility to get involved.
I'm going to do a class action lawsuit against you, Danny. I just got done. Well, I didn't get done, but I got this American guy, Stephen McCullough, who's trying to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for $3.8 million. And it was a gag threat to shut me up to get my YouTube videos off. What happened with that? Well, 4 months later, I had to go quiet for a while. I'm rampant again. But I finished up getting paid out $27,500 for my legal fees. He dropped the lawsuit an hour and a half before our High Court judge looked at a 217-page affidavit where I fully condemn the guy. I don't do these videos half-cocked. I mean, there's no way. I mean, defamation is a funny law. But the person in New Zealand, I have to prove that I can prove that somebody's got defamation. In America, it's the other way around. They have to basically prove they're not a scammer. But anyway, long story short, that these guys really think that they can do a lawsuit against Sam Lee is just stupid.
Anybody that wants to get to know the truth or have a chance.
The truth is you've lost all your money, lick your wounds, move on and start promoting a product or a service rather than investing in a get-rich opportunity that sounds too good to be
get
true.
Their money back. And when you make that decision, we either do something or we do nothing and we walk away. But if we walk away, then you mustn't complain about anything going forward. The reason why I have been working...
You can still complain that you walked away from some idiot like this.
...with people on the ground in Dubai, because that is where Sam Lee is at the moment. And Sam is the chairman of the Hypertech Group. And this is beyond VidiLook and other things. So
Hypertech Group was formed way back. And the Hypertech Group was actually the very first Hyper Fund. They actually started promoting it as Hyper Capital. He called it Hyper One, but I haven't heard of that before. I have, but it didn't start off. It's another one. It's not the word number one. It's the word one. But anyway, they started off with Hyper Capital, then Hyper Fund, then Hyper Capital started getting labelled as a Ponzi scheme. Would you believe that? So then they rebranded it to Hyper Fund, then Hyperverse, and then Hyper Nation, then Hyper Cosmos, what else? They have Hyper Bond, Hyper NFTs, a lot of hypes. It just goes on and on and on. They just rinse and repeat. And that's why they've come out now with VidiLook Beta, VidiLook version 2. And now they've got Vend, which is the VidiLook third and final. And then you've obviously have We Are Satoshi. And now you've got Shavis trying to come up with a new name. It just keeps going and going and going. They rebrand it. New people come in. They don't know the history. And then they invest, and that's how they make their money. And then you're told and taught how to recruit people. Hyperverse was the most successful Ponzi scheme that I've ever followed on the back of crypto. It's just unreal. And these guys, Roy knows exactly who he is and what he does. He is out there because he's hoping to get that commission check. He's had a taste of it, and he's like a shark in the water going after the blood.
What I'd like to do is see where the commitment is of the community. Do they want to go forward? Do we want to get our answers? And the way I see it, I know there were over 110,000 people in VidiLook alone, and this excludes...
Where do you get those stats from, mate? I'd love to know. Out of thin air? And you said in another, I don't know if you've said it yet, listened to this before, that 300 people are involved in Hyperverse. Well, Sam Lee says 2 million people. So, and then that would include all the multiple accounts they had as well. So where do you get these figures from?
Maybe 200,000-300,000 people that were in Hyper. And
see, he just said it then. 200,000 or 300,000 people that were in Hyper. Sam Lee says there's 2 million. Kalpesh Patel said there's 1.5 million. And then all of a sudden, Rory says 200 or 300. Where do they get their information from? These guys are in bed with the criminals. These guys are the leaders. These guys are getting their paycheck after these platforms fall over. Stop feeding your money into these scammers. Rory is a scammer. What's his name? Rory Conacher. Do not trust him. Do not believe anything he says. He's just trying to get $15 out of you.
All I'm looking for is commitment from 10,000 people.
He knows he'll never get it, but in the meantime, it will help build his community.
To move forward. That's 10%. And once we know that we've got that, I've spoken to various parties and top people in the industry. We will have a dedicated website and communication plan, and we will, as a collective force, move forward. I do have external support on this. I do have some influential and wealthy people as well.
Of course you do, mate. Of course you do.
But first, they want to see is the community united.
Them, the men in black.
It's not just their responsibility; it's our responsibility.
Yeah, put it back to the onus of the investors, because they're the ones. It's their responsibility. They made the decision. No one held a gun to your head when you put your money in. So it's now your responsibility to fix up the mayhem that these guys encourage you to invest in.
As members to move forward. So the question is: do we unite? And do we want to get justice? And do we want to get the answers that we're all seeking?
You could write a book about that. Everyone does. Not rocket science there, mate. Of course. And you're going to lead us? You're going to be our savior? Or you're going to scam people once again? Let's see what he drops in next.
You know, there's over 100,000 people, as I said in VidiLook. We're only looking for 10%. So, and this is across all platforms. So how are we going to see this through? So the way forward I see is, let's first establish what the commitment is. What does the community want to do?
They want you to stop promoting these Ponzi schemes and scams. Okay, did you hear me, you dumbwit?
Are you going to walk away, or are you going to move forward? So to firm up that commitment, I want to see all the leaders and what they want to do. And we want to get commitment from people just to essentially say, yes, they committed to the program. And again, this is across all the programs. What we want to do is put a $15 commitment fee in place to secure your claim in that lawsuit, and we aim to make that fully refundable.
Okay, listen to this, guys. Now, all projects, we want $15 of you times 10,000. It's 150,000. I think this might be a little wee cash grab for Corey to pay his next year's wages. Rory.
And not only that, we want to get added value back to anybody that commits that $15. And that $15 will be managed on multiple platforms. But don't send any money just yet.
Hold it. That $15 will be managed on multiple platforms. Does that means that when he gets that money in, he's going to invest it on multiple platforms, like diversifying your investment? In the meantime, theoretically, not putting it in the bank and using it for a lawyer. Is that what he's saying? That's what it sounded like to me.
Right now, all I'm wanting to do is get commitment. Once we have the 10,000 confirmed commitment, we'll get the website out. It will take literally a couple of days to get that done. I have experts in the field that are committed.
So he doesn't care whether you pay the $15,000, the $15 or not. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter. It's not what he wants is to build his community. That's what he's after. All right. So whether he knows that 10,000 people will not come forth because there's a lawsuit group for Hyperverse that's only got 18,000 signatures. It might have 19 now. I haven't looked at it for a month. And so he doesn't care. He knows it's unattainable. So what he's after is your vote. He wants to build his community, and that's what the other leaders have been doing. They've been working for this one times return your money thing so that you trust them, and they're in the same boat as you. They're not. These guys have made tons of money out of you, and they have scammed you, and to keep face, they're claiming that they can help you get your money back. It's a lie.
And people are saying, oh, well, I've lost all my money. I understand that.
Do you? And you're just like us? Well, I've never invested, just want to say that. Carry on, Rory.
And there's people that put their last $50 into this program. And that is what is so heartbreaking.
I lost $50?
Is that people that can't afford to lose any money have lost their money.
That's shocking. People message me every single day. And if you go to theheck.com, you can send me and share your story. You can keep it anonymous as you like. Just today, $57,000 was lost to Hyperverse, somebody told me. And then straight after that, I was going through some more messages, another $60,000 somebody invested. They want their money back. They've been hoping to get their one times reward money back. This is what I get every day. There's no such thing of you getting your money back. Do not fall for people who claim they can get your crypto back. It's a scam on a scam. Scammers... No. Victims don't get scammed twice. Stay out of crypto. If you don't understand any of the jargon, if you don't understand my video, stay out of crypto. If you think you just have to invest in crypto, just go and buy Bitcoin. because theoretically in 400 days, it's going to go up 3 times what it's worth at the moment. Yeah, not. Who the hell? It's gone backwards ever since We Are All Satoshi has started their claim that crypto in 500 days is going to go up to $100,000 per crypto. In fact, Sam Lee asked one of his workers to set up some new branding for a YouTube channel called 600 Days. And then Chavis told them not to, and they didn't do it. But I got the correspondence. It was a hoot, which means the 500-day claim is going to be extended to 600 days. And they'll just keep extending it until Bitcoin goes up to $100 a coin. And if it never does, you'll never get any of your money back. But now we know there's no money left in the Vault Horizon. It's just an empty safe. Empty.
And we all can't afford to lose money. But we have one chance to unite together to go and get the answers we need.
Oh my God, this is your only chance left. Unite with Rory. Rory will help you get your money back. If you don't do this, you're not going to get your money. This is your only hope.
And if you don't have money, well, Sam Lee has launched his project called VEN.
I can't believe that he's telling you to get involved with VEN. Listen to this shit he's spewing out of his friggin' mouth.
And it pays apparently $1 a day. So for $15, go and get your $1 a day, put the money together, and then participate and lay your claim.
So what he's telling you is he's asking you for $15, okay? But then he's encouraging you to spend $1 with Sam and get a high return on your investment. So what he's insinuating in your subliminal mind, and I hope that you get past this, that if you invest $15 with him, because he's grooming you for the next slide, that you are all of a sudden going to be wealthy just by giving him $15. This guy's been a scammer for 4 years. You can't change a leopard's spots.
You may get your $100, $200, $10,000, $1,000 back. What are you owed? But I can...
$1. I don't want to give Sam $1 in my personal information, my passport, my driver's license, my home address, my tax number, my first name, my last name, my middle name, my email address, my phone number, because he's going to use it to do human trafficking.
Sure, if the community doesn't unite or doesn't do anything, then we have no place to complain and to not move forward. So this is the chance. So what is your $15? What does it get for you?
Okay, the sales pitch. Here we go.
First of all, justice.
The reason why I'm doing this video is because Rory deletes his videos after it doesn't work to hide the evidence. But we've got this one stuck in history, haven't we? This will be on my Odyssey account. If you go to the top of my YouTube channel and go to the About Us section, find my Odyssey account. All the videos that, if they do get removed from YouTube, are listed on there.
And peace of mind and a chance to get your money back.
Peace of mind? I'll give Roy your $15 and you'll have peace of mind.
You know, so many people are waiting on these other projects to get paid out and they don't know where they stand. And I think at the end of the day, what is the truth worth to you?
$15.
Let's get to the truth. I've already spoken to certain platforms that have...
What platforms? I thought you were going to be transparent. Oh no, that's Chavis. You've spoken to platforms, and what are people going to get for their $15? Listen to this, kids. You won't get this type of information anywhere else.
And have already arranged $15 benefits to come back to you.
You're going to get a benefit by giving Rory your $15. Oh.
So not only are you going to get your justice and, you know, get your peace, I have already arranged that $15 will be locked away for you, and you will get that refunded to you, not only in benefits, but in actual future cash as well. So it's really just a matter of unite.
Okay, so he said not only in benefits, but in cash as well. So are they not trading in crypto anymore? Isn't that disgusting that he can actually get on a video and do this to people that have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and then tell them to give him more money, get the blood out of the stone, claiming that he's going to give them cash and rewards for giving the $15. Theoretically, that money is going to be used for a court case. Or is he going to pocket the money and put it into a platform and then come back with a Dear John excuse? That's the second part, is the truth.
Ourselves together as a community. But I will only do that once we have the commitment. Why does everybody want a community? Because our strength...
That's the whole thing about these Ponzi schemes. A lot of lonely people out there at the moment. It's all about the community. Just saying.
Is us. It's us as the community. And really, now's the time to show it and to use it. If we confirm our commitment together, then we move forward together. So I'm appealing to all the leaders, all the members, all the V5s in Hyper, anybody that's been affected, reach out and discuss this with each other. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Want to fuck you up, bro? Because you're ripping people off?
And if Sam is innocent, fine, but we follow the money trail and we get to the truth.
Get to the truth. Sounds like a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on your door on Saturday morning. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there?
And at the end of the day, I want to get back to people what is due. No more games.
No more games? So have you been playing games for the last 4 years, Rory?
So right now, short and sweet, black and white, straight to the point. For first of all, no money to be sent now.
No, keep your money. We'll tell you when to send us all the money.
All that I'm looking for, or we looking forward as
Who's the we?
leaders, is member commitment.
Commitment. Do you want to get your money back? No, not really. Of course you do, because you're going to listen to this then.
Are you committed to get to the truth? Are you committed to moving forward? Or do you just want to walk away from it?
I have no choice but to walk away with it because they're all a bunch of scammers.
And if the overall majority says, no, let's just walk away.
Hopefully you guys will just tell Corey you're a scammer, go get a real job, go back to your farm and pick the eggs up from the chickens.
Well, then that's fine. Then we do that.
Okay.
But if you want to do something about it,
No.
myself and certain leaders are...
Certain leaders. How can you listen to that? Certain leaders. Did you not hear what he said? Certain leaders. Why would he not mention the leaders' names? He's a leader himself. Another scam, another scam, another scam.
happy to move forward, to stand up and say, right now we demand to get answers.
All right.
No more mind games, no more lies.
Oh, so they've been playing mind games. That's what I heard.
But if you do nothing, the choice is yours.
And we did watch the video at the start. And if you need to, please use the timestamps. Go back and listen to him telling you that you're going to miss out on an opportunity of a lifetime. It's too good to be true. You've got to sign up for this or you're going to miss out. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, it fell over. And now he comes out and he's going to do a class action lawsuit against Sam Lee. I mean, what an idiot. What an egg. I mean, no wonder well, we didn't win the last game of rugby. There's no reason why we won't beat the next one. I mean, you guys are just idiots, man. I mean, this is just shit.
But for me, doing nothing is not an option. I cannot sleep at night knowing how many people have suffered.
Rory gets no sleep because he knows how many people suffered from this. I'm the one that gets the emails from people who have lost and trusted what you guys say. You are disgusting, Rory. There's no doubt in my mind that you are a scammer. You're not the savior. You're not going to help people. You're just lining your pockets. Who cares if you lost $2.8 million? It wasn't your money to lose in the first place.
So I am wanting to unite us to provide you an opportunity.
Start up a religion, mate. Become a cult leader.
To get that peace, to get that chance to get your money back.
That chance, that hope. It's like hope is a horrible thing. And that's what they do. They paint a picture of hope. And people are meant to stay focused and not look back. And you've got to have faith. And if you have an attitude like Danny DeHeck, a.k.a. the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, you're just being negative. You're a negative Nancy. That's what they tell people. Oh, you don't know shit. You're just a charismatic idiot. I've saved more people from getting invested in scams probably than most people, you know, because they listen to my video and they go, oh, I get these emails from people going, oh, I literally got one. If you go through my comments, you'll find it. And it says, I wish I watched your video 4 months ago.
Because I believe the truth must be heard.
Praise the Lord.
And justice must come out to all.
Justice must come out. Yes, everybody in Dubai is getting persecuted. Not persecuted, prosecuted. And everyone in Dubai is going to get locked up in jail.
So I leave it with you, the community.
Okay.
What you decide you want to do.
Yep, no pressure.
I'll put my email address there, askroryc@gmail.
I set up a special Gmail account. They are free. And I'm going to have a website soon, and you can look at the website with your money that you give me. I just want a show of hands to see if I can get 10,000 people together who are pissed off they lost their money, because I want to create hope. I want you guys to believe I can get your money back.
.com. Leaders, members, you're welcome to email. I'm going to put a Google form out. I will circulate that Google form.
I look forward to getting a copy. We might do a follow-up video yet, Rory.
Once we have 10,000 members commitment, we're going into action. How quickly can we do that is entirely up to you as members. So again, I appeal to you. This is your time to make a decision. And I believe united, we can achieve a lot. We're a powerful force. We're good people. We did nothing wrong. We only supported in the best way that we could. And again, if Sam Lee, if you're innocent, fantastic. We'll clear you of that. But right now, just to believe face value while you're drinking and abusing us, to say that your lawyers have, they've determined you're not at fault. Well, that's not a court of law, in my opinion. So, Sam, I'm not against you. I'm just one.
That's a dumb thing. There is a friggin' elephant in the room. When you say I'm not against you and I'm going to do a lawsuit against you, that's sort of a contradiction. So it's just bullshit on bullshit on bullshit. I mean, this guy is full of shit. He's just a multi-level marketer that steals your money as you invest in these platforms. He will be off tomorrow. He's been promoting K-bars, for God's sake. Back in 2019, I think I showed you some photos of those. That was a known Ponzi scheme where they claimed to have a gold-backed currency. It fell over, one of the biggest scams in the world. Here he is going to all the conferences learning about it. Then he got into Hyperverse. He had a team of 40 people in his office. He lost $2.8 million. How much money did he make? He probably made it because he kept reinvesting on the platform, and then all of a sudden the platform closed and he lost all his money. The guy's an idiot, and now he claims that he's going to help you get your money back. What the heck?
The truth. And I want this community to be healed, and I want people to get their day in court or justice or their money back. And that is what I wish for the community. So if you're in, let's commit and move forward. If not, we walk away and we take our losses. The choice is yours. Right. Thanks very much. I'll be in contact.
Oh, what's happening here? Oh my goodness. What happened here, mate? You got locked up. And that's the thing. If you're going to promote these Ponzi schemes and scams, I'm the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Had a whole page in the New York Times about my quest to name and shame anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. I have nothing to lose. I'll go after you. I'll name and shame you. Rory, you've got a legitimate business. You do refinance people's vehicles. I don't know, you have something to do with real estate. You might even be a mortgage broker. I don't know what you do, but why the hell did you give up your day job? You should have kept doing it. You're out there doing a side hustle, trying to get some of the crypto money out off the platform. In my opinion, you are a disgusting individual. You have not learnt your lesson from K-bars, Hyperverse, Hyperfund, Hypercapital, Hypercosmos, Hypernation. You're still promoting these Ponzi schemes. How do you sleep at night? You said in your own presentation then that you wouldn't sleep at night if you couldn't do your best to get people's money back. Your community that you promoted, some of them must hate you, mate. They must hate you because what you told people to get into. You, in my eyes, are the bottom feeders of the world. You deserve every bit of naming and shaming that I give you. Hey, if you've been listening to this video, please provide a comment. Am I too harsh on, what's his name again? I've forgotten, Rory, what's his name? Rory Conacher. Rory, I can't, see, I'm dyslexic and I'm pronouncing that word.
Rory.
Rory Conacher. Let's have a listen.
Conacher.
Conacher, take your money. Can I take your money? I have to make up a wee nickname for him. But anyway, this is where I like to see him, behind bars. These guys, these leaders need to be held accountable. He's putting a smoke screen up by telling you that he's going to go after Sam Lee. I mean, Sam Lee, as far as we know, is working for the Chinese mafia. He hasn't got a passport. He's under travel ban. He cannot leave Dubai. Who knows what he's going through at the moment? No wonder he's drinking. Hopefully I haven't ruined his marriage because I exposed him in a video I did a wee while ago showing about how he had 2 mistresses. Both of them have had babies. And I showed you all his wedding photos. These guys need to be stopped. I need your help. I can't do this by myself. Sure, you might think I'm a YouTuber and I'm relying on the money I get from people watching my YouTube videos. We're talking a few dollars a month, people. I spend 70 or 80 hours a month fighting and trying to stop these scammers. I try to create as much awareness as I can. I get people like his mate coming in here and telling me that my YouTube channel isn't factual and I don't have my facts right. Well, I don't claim to have my facts right because it's like doing a massive jigsaw puzzle. Every now and again I get a piece and I pick it up and I think, oh, that fits over here. It may not quite fit, but then I get pieces that do fit and they make perfect sense. And the overall picture of this big Ponzi scheme world that we're currently going through, and it's getting very, very clear. Never underestimate the intel that you can give me. Go to theheck.com. Provide me a little bit of information about what you know. Tell me who introduced you to it. I understand it may be your friend or a family member, but they took your money. Rory isn't about doing a class action lawsuit. Rory is about getting $15 off you and showing your commitment so he can use that money to invest in a platform where he's going to promise you returns of investment. He knows that having a community behind him is his strength. Don't give him strength. Don't give him any money. Don't give him the time of day. This guy, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, I may be wrong, is a scammer. And he's done it for the last 4 years. He's been in bed with multiple scammers around the world. As he said, he travels around. He's the worst of them. And he's one of the leaders. He's not a leader. He's the Pied Piper. And you could follow him off a cliff as he plays his little wee tune to you. Don't fall for it. Anyway, I hope this video has been useful. I'm Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the bell, be notified when new videos come out. And also, do hit the thumbs up. And what else do you mean to do? Provide a comment. I will personally answer you. I love every single one of my 5,200 subscribers. I really value having you on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.